All right, here comes the countdown, and we're about to get underway.
And both our players virtually out at the same time, so makes it easier for the commentators here to not have to do math in our heads. We always appreciate when that happens. JB setting up for some really nice combos, but Razor setting up for a really nice combo as well. Um, about 20 seconds in, and it's JB with a 4 virus lead right now, but Razor playing strong right now.
Yeah, absolutely. They both started with some pretty even top lines, but as the game's progressed here, JB's finding himself really starved for yellow, has to get something exposed here, or he's gonna have to find something to do with all these yellow pieces. Razor, on the other hand, seems like he's got pretty even access of everything, and he's already brought it back to a dead heat here at 19 all, 18 all now.
Yeah, Razor had a pretty high column. I think it was column 3 with some blue garbage, and I was a little bit concerned that he was going to misflip the blue yellow. But he did manage to get it where he needed it and clear out and drop it down. And that's one of the things that we were talking about earlier with the Betty mentioned he tends to just press one button. That is one thing that will definitely I can't think of the word, benefit him. There we go. In learning to use both A and B is that dangerous drop will be less of a danger when he's able to use both buttons.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it can hold you back, but in these levels, I would say it's probably less of an issue. Really only prevents you from maybe doing some more complicated tucks in certain directions and stuff like that. But that's really not the be all end all.
Absolutely. As we have Razor down to 8 viruses, JB down to 4. JB looks like he's maybe setting up for an L clear here. He's gonna get it with that blue. Nice L, yeah, from JB to get out of his level 6 at about a 202.
Yep, and Razor will be following behind very shortly here at 209. Both players coming into level 7 quite even times.
Yeah. And as mostly as a personal reminder, we are playing level 6 through 9 now. I was just thinking, dang, how's JP already in level 6? But I was like, oh yeah, this is round 2.
Yeah, no, he's crazy. No, he is finding himself maybe actually more even maybe than I thought. But it changes so quickly. He is maybe struggling. No, he is struggling to find some places for reds, doing some setups here, perhaps. Actually, that worked out quite well, and all that garbage is going to fall right to the bottom of the bottle.
Really nice drop combo by JB, giving him virtually no garbage. He does cut off the blue in column 8 potential for a horizontal, but he can still drill down these red and yellows in his column 8 and get down to that blue vertically.
Oh, absolutely. I think that how that ended up resolving left him in a much better spot than he was in with everything that he had at the top of the board there. So I think it's a net win for him.
Absolutely. Razor with a nice horizontal there of his own just a few seconds ago. He's got a little bit of an issue with his top line, though. He's got mostly blue and one yellow, and the one red that he has is just covered by that blue. He's going to need some really nice RNG, and that blue-red just comes at a great time for him, able to clear out and open up that red. But now he has no red on his top line.
Yep. JB, on the other hand, makes a great setup to get could have been a very tricky blue to finish out on, and he's already on his way to level 8.
I like what Razor's doing with his double yellows. We see now that he is getting a surge of double yellows, which is right there concluded by that double blue. A double yellow for those new to the game, a double yellow surge will always be ended by a double blue. So that's one thing you want to make sure you're watching out for.
It always seems to come when you don't need that particular color, as it is in Razor's case, with only a single yellow completely covered and not getting anything to expose it. But he is exposing it now. He has just one yellow left to get. He's got a setup going here so that he can get the red out from over top of it, not actually covering the virus here. And he's about to get to 8. But JB's already making headway through his level 8. He's already about halfway done.
Yeah, JB has, he's been making some really great plays and setting up some really nice combos, drop combos. I think he had a few horizontals in there. And one thing about JB, we mentioned earlier, he's been here since day one. JB, our founder of the Dr. Mario Monthly tournament, and just in the time that I've been here, I've seen JB's play progress, immensely, and he's putting on a show right now for us.
Oh, wow. Razor deleting a pill off the top to prevent the top out here after an unfortunate misdrop. Coupled with what at the start of his level was a pretty ugly looking top line, to be honest. But he's starting to turn it around now, showing some advanced knowledge of the game mechanics for sure.
Yeah, JB going to take a drop combo, be out of his level 8 at a 549 onto his last level of this level block, level 9, with a fairly diverse board on his top line. I would like to see some of those yellows go away and open up the reds underneath, but JB handling it very well.
He's got quite a pit in the bottom left here of the level, where maybe he'll get to do some tucking, or he may just end up taking it just vertically on the right side here. We'll have to see how he decides to go about it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on Razor's side, he's got a little bit of a split board. You'll see that blue there in column 8. If he clears that out, then it's going to be a little bit of an issue for him, as far as minimizing the drop time. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays this out. I like the red yellow there that he just got there in his column 7 and 8, clearing that out. Now he goes from a story of a split board to a very left heavy board.
And he's really has nothing but blue exposed to clear here. I would have. He's going for this bottom right blue. May want to consider uncovering the viruses on the left to make a little more progress, because otherwise, if he gets starved here, that could really hurt his time. But he's making progress despite that. Meanwhile, JB is coming up on the end of 9 here. He's about to close out the first game if he can just keep this up.
Yeah, I'm wondering if JB, and yeah, with that placement of the double yellow there, he does um, indicate that he is going to go for that yellow in column 1 horizontally, which is the play I was thinking of. So great, great, great thinking by JB here. He does have a lot of blue though that he needs to clear out. I mean, it's just 2 viruses, so it's not that bad. But once he gets the blues, he will be, oh, nice undertuck to set up that combo by JB. Really nice play.
Yeah, I really liking the moves that he's making here. He's about to get a lightning bolt here to expose the final blue. And that's going to do it at an 8 flat. That's going to be JB taking game 1.
All right. And Razor managing not to get lapped here by JB. Great play by both players, but JB does take round 1. Oh,
Mhm.
excuse me.
In retrospect, it's really hard to say what really went wrong for Razor, because I didn't really see any serious like there was one misdrop in level 8, but other than that, not any like crazy mistakes or anything like that. He didn't have any end games that didn't really go his way. So I without looking back to check the tapes, it's hard to say what happened there. I couldn't really tell you, but he is gonna get another chance here as soon as he gets himself ready for the second game.
Yeah, and I have to agree with you there, Lev. Razor played a really nice game. I think his downfall was just JB played a really clean game.
That's true. He did, and I mean, I'm sure there are other little things that you could take if you looked closer and really drill down. But on its face, just a good game, and maybe just playing against someone who also happens to be having a great game. So we'll see if he
Right.
can turn it around in the second one.
Absolutely. And looks like Razor maybe just going to go ahead and finish out this block, which I don't blame him because sometimes as a competitor, I've had levels where like no game, we're not going to go out this way. And it can definitely be a mental thing where you just don't want the RNG to be like, you don't want the game to beat you. So you kind of feel like you have to finish, and I think that's what Razor's dealing with here, and I don't blame him.
Well, he's just about finishing up here, so once he gets through uh, some of the garbage that's on top of his bottom two rows here, he should be pretty clear to finish this out.
Yeah, and JB just gonna go ahead and get some practice in. Go ahead and stay loose. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I added in the chat says that he looks like Razor threw away too many pieces waiting for RNG instead of making the best of it. That could be the case. When we're
Mm,
watching two boards here, it's kind of hard to really watch closely enough at one person to make that distinction, but it very well could be. Sometimes RNG plays a part for sure. But
absolutely.
generally speaking, he didn't do anything crazy. There was no insane misdrops that extended, that caused a huge time loss or anything like that. Um, so sometimes, sometimes discarding and trying to get the right piece is the right play, even if it doesn't work out.
Yeah, and that's a boat that we've all been in.
That's RNG for you.
Yep. Welcome to Dr. Mario, folks.
Yeah.
I like the horizontal here that Razor's setting up for to get the blue. Really nice play.
Yep, absolutely well done, and it's going to be pretty straightforward from here.
Yeah, just gonna need 2 more reds, and of course the doctor gives him blues. There we go. Add an 11-18.
All right. So it looks like Razor rather is restarting, and JB is just biding his time, waiting for round two to start. There we are. He's going to be resetting as well, and we should be on our way momentarily.
I'm just now noticing both players playing on medium and off. So I imagine JB's probably rocking out to
Y-
something like he usually does.
yeah, there's definitely not silence in his headphones. You can tell that's very clear.
Yeah.
All right, we have a ready from JB and from Razor, so with a countdown, we should be on our way.
And we have our 3-2-1 and pills. As we kick off this second of our round two match, JB looking to put Razor away and move on to the finals. Razor looking to make this a decider. As we have two interesting boards on both sides. JB's board is really flat there, while Razor's board is a little bit wonky, but it's quite diverse, and I like seeing what he's doing with it. He's having to really think about how to work this out, but he's making some great ideas. Ooh, I don't know about uh that clear there.
Yeah, a lot of drop time on that, unfortunately. I think that's just going to happen when you get a board like he has with so many peaks and valleys, so to speak. He also is having a huge drought of red access here, and he seems to be getting a lot of red pills, unfortunately. But he's breaking through now, getting more access to the bottom of his board, finding places for those reds, maybe even a little horizontal action. But he is actually keeping pace with JB, who has, like you said, a more flat board, definitely less drop time concerns, but relatively speaking, they're pretty much neck and neck here.
Yeah, JB's had a little bit of an issue with his blues. Um, you can see he's trying to potentially get the very long clear there in row 4. We'll see what he ends up going with. No, he's just going to clear it vertically. Great call by JB. But just hasn't been getting the blues that he needs to really get through the rest of this board, and it's hindering his progress just a little bit, and has given Razor a chance to come away with a lead here.
Yeah, he has only blue left on his board, which may hinder him a little bit if these red yellows keep coming. But as long as he gets some blues quickly enough, he should be out of six first.
Yeah, and I like the setup here that he's done, taking the blue horizontally. Because if he had gone ahead and cleared that first blue vertically, then he would have had to use more halves to get that second virus. So very well played by Razor. He's out at about a 204 and on into his level 7.
Yep. Meanwhile, JB's endgame seems to have taken a turn here, where he's got a yellow that's buried. He does have a setup to clear it horizontally, but that blue in the bottom right is still going to be stranded even after he resolves that. So we're going to have to. Oh, a double blue. That was very timely. So that's really going to help him keep pace here.
Yeah, out of the 229 is JB. Down about by 8 viruses, which we've seen people come back for more. So JB is absolutely still in this.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. His top line also looks pretty good. Not as much yellow, but he has access to the bottom of the board where he can place yellow pieces if needed. On the other side of the board, Razor here is looking for access to red. He has a T set up here. I don't know if he's gonna end up resolving it that way, but some interesting, a little interesting cluster of reds there. I'm interested to see how he resolves that.
Yeah, I really would like to see Razor focus a little bit more on that yellow there in column 4. You see, he had the potential to set up a drop, which now works out. That kind of looked like an H there. That was cool. Um, but but he's making some great plays. Meanwhile, on JB's side, looks like he may have had a little bit of a misdrop there in his column 8 with the blues and yellows. But he's setting up for a nice horizontal here. Gonna take a drop down to clear out the red in that column 1. And he's basically just gonna be with that spire there in column 8. We'll see how he's able to
Yeah,
bring this down.
those sorts of virus setups are so tough. If you don't attack them horizontally at all, then they take forever to get down, especially with a misdrop on top. That certainly does not help. But looks like he does have some horizontal ideas he's working on here. So uh, we'll have to see if he can drill through because now that cluster of 4 at the bottom right is very covered up. The red may be cleared horizontally, but this 3 underneath and this yellow is still looking like it's going to be take a lot of effort to get through, especially now that he has a vertical clear for the reds. Yeah, I I think it's gonna. This might really hurt him. This might let Razor take a huge lead here.
Yeah, Razor on into his level 8. So looking to take an advantage of this opportunity with the that oh man, that misdrop just really hurt JB. That is not what he wanted to see. And JB, if you look at his face, he's just got the focus and he's really trying not to let it get to him. And that's just really all you can do is just keep playing your game and hope that you can bring it back in the next level.
Yeah, thankfully he manages to get through it about as quick as one can. So he is going into 8 now, about 7 viruses behind, which honestly is not too bad when you're talking about the start of a level. So Razor, though, so many doubled viruses on his board, so he has the potential to burn through this quickly.
Yeah, I really like the play that Razor's doing right now. He's making some really nice plays, and Razor's another one, that has really come a long way since his first tournament. His first tournament was, I believe, February of 2022, and he's gotten some chances to play, and every time has just gotten better and better.
Mhm.
And today is no exception.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of people I could point to in the community, Razor included, that just goes to show that if you do persist and you keep going, then you can definitely get there, and you can become someone that the people know of and maybe even fear in tournaments. So yeah, I've really been impressed by Razor and all the people that have been coming up lately.
Yeah, and that was a really nice level 8 by Razor too, out at a 552. Meanwhile, JB maybe looking to get a sweet tea here with the Blues. I don't know if he's going to go for that or not. It's probably not the safe call.
That was a
And
great drop into an L from Razor there just now. I just barely caught the end of that.
yeah, he is. He is. If he was planning that, he's going to go ahead and abandon it. He's probably going to go for these Blues horizontally. It's too bad he didn't have the platform there for the double Blues, but he builds up to it. He is out of his level 8 at a 644. I don't think he's happy about it, but what are you going to do?
No, he's got quite a hill to climb here if he wants to snatch this out of Razor's hands. Razor does have a chance here, as Razor is completely starved of blue, and he seems to be getting a lot of blue pills, not able to make progress while that's happening, and that might give JB a chance. His board does not look awful, so that anything could happen here.
Yeah, you saw JB now just clear out the yellow and then set up for the horizontal. If he had drilled that down vertically, he could have gotten these blues there in row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 horizontally. But even as it is, he's brought it back down to a 5 virus deficit and really coming back here. Oh, he didn't want that there. Let's see if he makes the tuck under. He does.
Hmm. It does cover the reds, but we'll see if he chooses. Yeah, he's just going to clear it away. But Razor now breaking into the bottom of his board. He's only 13 viruses away.
Yeah, but a lot of yellow right now on the top line for Razor.
Yeah, he's constantly running into board health issues for sure. And JB is actually taking the lead now with 11 viruses. So, as I said, if Razor gets stuck with these sorts of issues, then this might be his chance to take it away.
Yeah, it's 8 viruses now, 6 viruses for JB, 12 versus viruses for Razor. It's coming down to the wire. It looks like if JB can get just the blues and the yellow that he
Oh,
needs, yes,
yes,
nice.
his end game's kept working out perfectly. He's 2 yellows away now.
And there it is out at an 829 for JB. And Razor's already past that time. So JB will take the round and the match, move on to the finals to play Ramsey
Really,
Fox.
yep. The look on JB's face, I feel like Razor really put the fear in him. I don't think he expected to make that comeback. I'm pretty sure he was a little scared there. So, amazing comeback though, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we said earlier, great play by Ramsey. He's been making great plays. Unfortunately, this level 9 and I think that level 8 as well just set him back a little bit. And ultimately, JB was able to come back. And we will see JB Henry versus Ramsey Fox. The little dance JB's
Yeah.
doing there.
Putting on a show for us.
Yeah. And Rays are going to go ahead and finish out this level. I don't blame him. He's just got a couple more yellows left.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate how the end game on this level turned out. It's just so many occasions where there was just a single color that could be used, and that is always going to slow you down no matter what you do.
Absolutely. Oh, and he misses the tuck there, but he's able to get it from the other side. Out at a 10:08. Great play, Razor. We look forward to seeing you again, potentially next month in the silver finals.